Have you ever had that strange feeling, a little whisper in your gut, right before you were about to do something? It's like a tiny voice inside trying to warn you, telling you to pause, even when you can't figure out why. Maybe you were about to take your usual route to work, but suddenly, you felt an unexplainable urge to go a different way. Or perhaps you met someone new, and while everyone else seemed to love them, something inside you just felt off. That, my friends, is what we're diving into today. The mysterious and powerful world of intuition. We all have this inner compass, this built-in navigation system. It's almost as if it has a secret map of our lives, knowing what's just around the corner before we do. It's not about magic or psychic powers in the way we see in movies. It's something much more grounded, a part of our own deep-seated wisdom. Think of it as a quiet guide that's always with you, constantly sending you little signals, nudges, and feelings to help you navigate the twists and turns of your journey. This guidance isn't just for big, life-altering decisions. It shows up in the small stuff, too. It's there when you're deciding on a new job, considering a new relationship, or even just choosing a friend to confide in. Your intuition sends you signs. Sometimes it's a gut feeling, a knot in your stomach. Other times, it has a sudden wave of peace and certainty that washes over you when you make the right choice. It can even be a recurring dream, a song that keeps playing everywhere you go, or seeing the same number sequence over and over. These are all messages from your inner self. The tricky part is that we don't always listen. In our busy, logical world, we're taught to rely on facts, figures, and what makes sense on paper. We second-guess that inner voice. We tell ourselves we're being silly, irrational, or overly emotional. We might take the job with a higher salary even though our gut screams no, or we might ignore the red flags in a relationship because on the surface, everything seems perfect. We override our own internal guidance system. But here's the interesting thing. Whether we listen to our intuition or not, we almost always see the consequences later on. Remember the time you had a bad feeling about a trip but went anyway, and then everything that could go wrong did go wrong? Or the opposite, when you took a spontaneous detour and discovered your new favorite coffee shop or met an old friend you hadn't seen in years. Looking back, we can connect the dots. We finally understand why we received that sign, that feeling, that warning. We see the why behind the whisper. Let's talk about how this actually works. Your intuition isn't just pulling ideas out of thin air. Scientists believe it's our subconscious mind processing vast amounts of information past experiences, subtle environmental cues, nonverbal body language from others, all happening in the blink of an eye. Your conscious mind can only focus on a few things at once, but your subconscious is like a supercomputer, constantly scanning and analyzing everything. When it detects a pattern or a mismatch between what you were seeing and what it knows from past data, it sends up a flare. That flare is the gut feeling, the intuitive hit. So when you meet someone and feel an instant sense of warmth and trust, it might be your subconscious recognizing subtle cues, their open body language, the sincerity in their eyes, the tone of their voice that are similar to other trustworthy people you've known in your life. Conversely, if you feel a sense of unease around someone who seems perfectly nice, your subconscious might be picking up on micro-expressions or inconsistencies that your conscious mind has missed. It's not magic, it's high-speed data processing. Learning to trust your intuition is a skill. And like any skill, it gets stronger with practice. The first step is simply to start paying attention. Acknowledge those little feelings when they pop up. You don't have to act on them right away, but just notice them. When you get a gut feeling, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what is this feeling telling me? Where in my body do I feel it? Is it a feeling of expansion and openness, or a feeling of contraction and tightness? A great way to practice is with small, low-stakes decisions. For example, when you're deciding what to eat for lunch, instead of overthinking it, just go with the first thing that feels right. When you're choosing a book to read or a movie to watch, let your gut guide you. By honoring your intuition in these small moments, you build a relationship with it. You learn to recognize its voice, and it becomes easier to trust when the stakes are higher. Mindfulness and spending time in silence can also amplify your intuition. When our minds are constantly cluttered with noise from social media, news, and our own anxious thoughts, it's hard to hear the quiet inner voice. But when you take time to meditate, go for a walk in nature, or just sit quietly without distractions, you create space for your intuition to speak up. Journaling is another powerful tool. You can write down your intuitive hunches and then check back later to see how things played out. This creates a tangible record of your intuition's accuracy, which builds your confidence in it. Think about some of the most successful and creative people in history. Many of them have talked about the crucial role intuition played in their breakthroughs. They describe moments of sudden insight, an aha moment that didn't come from logical deduction, but from a deeper, intuitive knowing. This is because intuition is also the source of our creativity. It connects us to ideas and solutions that exist beyond our rational thinking. I know that sounds simple, but it can be one of the hardest things to do. Trust it even when you don't understand the meaning right away. Trust it even when it seems completely crazy or illogical at the time. Trust it even when other people think you're making a mistake. Your intuition is your personal compass, uniquely calibrated for your life's path. It is designed to guide you through every stage, every challenge, and every celebration. When you start to live your life guided by this inner wisdom, something incredible happens. You start making choices that are more aligned with who you truly are. You find yourself in the right place at the right time more often. You attract people and opportunities that genuinely support your growth and happiness. You navigate challenges with more grace because you have a deeper sense of trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Life becomes less of a struggle and more of a dance. So, the next time you feel that little nudge, that quiet whisper, don't dismiss it, lean in. Get curious. Thank it for trying to guide you. It might be pointing you away from danger, or it might be leading you toward your greatest joy. You won't always know which one it is in the moment, but you can trust that your inner compass always knows the way. It's the most authentic and reliable guide you will ever have. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today and exploring this fascinating topic. If this resonated with you, I'd love to hear your own stories about intuition in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more conversations like this. Until next time, listen to the inner voice.